On this episode, we're doing a pre-trip inspection, including oil and filter change. Here we go. I'll have to go back and review, but I think this is the first trip I'm taking where I'm not crunch timing it, trying to do something at the last minute. Like 2 trips ago, it was a broken head stud, and then the trip before that, it was tires. And then the last trip was installing a whole moto gadget electronic system. I didn't end up making that trip at all because it took longer than I thought. But I'm 2 days out, so we're leaving on the 3rd day. I got today and tomorrow to mess around with the bike, try not to break it, try not to start a project that's going to take more than 2 days, or 1 day actually. I think I can do it this time. I got enough done already where no major changes need to be made. So if you're on your phone and you go to the home page, it probably looks something like this. Wait, no. It probably looks something like this. So if you go over here to the playlist tab, there's Ducati 900 SS. It has 80 videos in that playlist. And so they're in chronological order from when I picked it up, the very first video, to the last video, which was a wildflower run. August of 22. On this episode, change the oil. Filter, 1992 Ducati 900 SS. The filter's right here in the front, and the drain plug is right here in the back. I'll get you a close-up in a minute. Put that on. Me? God damn, dude. So this is a 10mm Allen. And it has a magnet on the end so you can look for chunks. It's a pretty weak magnet, but it's a magnet. Right here is a filter screen, and it's a 21mm. That's why you wear gloves and have a rag. Because if it's an open pit of oil, you're going to drop something in it. At least the socket won't rust. If there was an extension on there, it would be slightly easier, I know. So this thing is just a plastic filter screen. It's like an internal oil filter. And there's just a little bit of schmutz on there. And I think probably the most important thing about this is just to make sure it's not damaged. If this starts to deteriorate and come apart, you're going to want to pull it off and replace it. But I just pull it off, I wipe it down, I blow off any of the schmutz, and then we just put it back in. And then lock it down. And then this filter is K&N filter 153. So I changed it August of 22 with 32,556 miles on it. So this is May of 24 with 39.3. So 7,245 miles on the filter. So 7,000 miles between oil change, that's not too bad. It's full synthetic. I run some additives. This thing leaks. So, you know, how much oil did I put in there over the past 20 months, 22 months? A lot. So maybe you can see it. It looks dirty right there, but that's that bronze clear coat coating stuff that's stripped off of everything else. So it's been about 10 minutes. No more drips. Clean off your little magnet. And then you get your new filter and you can write the date and the mileage on there, and then, you know, a little oily mix around this seal. It's pre-lubed from the factory in this case, and then it just spins on. So the good thing about the K&N is it has 17 millimeter adapter on the end. So you can snug it up pretty good, and then it comes off. You saw it come off. It comes off pretty easy. There's no lack of opinions about oil filters. I won't go into that. I will say go to the Engine Master's video on the oil filter shootout, and leave it at that. Engine Masters is run by those dudes over at Hot Rod Magazine, David Freiberger and Steve Dolchich and a couple other guys. They take all the oil filters, they put them on the same motor, they run them through a dyno, they do all the measurements, they do all the testing, so you don't have to. You can make an informed decision that way. So I've never had an engine fail because of an oil filter problem. I broke parts, but that was my fault, not the oil filter's fault. I've never had an oil filter disintegrate on me. Enough about that. So this is the Valvoline 20W50 Racing. It's full synthetic. It has a little bit extra zinc in there for older style motors. Not that this motor is that old, but you know, 92-ish. 20W50 because of the environment. Mostly I don't have to worry about freezing temperatures. And I caught it on sale for I think 26 bucks for 5 quarts, so that's what we're using. Fill her up. Turn it on, ignition off, spin it over a couple times. Remember, we're filling up this filter. Let it settle back down and see where it ends up. Give it another spin. Build up some oil pressure. Remember, we're filling up this filter, but it's also circulating it through the top and the side. Give it a moment and let it drain back down. It's cold, so it's not going to drain as fast. Fire it up, see what happens. Click, click.
Right, ready.
So the other thing I like to do from time to time is change out these well nuts. So this is the part that everything screws into. Sometimes they can be a little problematic. If you grab it from the back and give it a squeeze, you can pull it out. So this rubber piece is fixed into this end, and then when you tighten it up, it squishes it down and makes a compression fitting to hold everything together. But what happens is this comes loose and it moves itself all the way down into the front, and it no longer functions. So those are garbage. Clipsandfasteners.com. You can pick them up off the Amazon. They come out of California. So they're M6 by 1.0 well nuts, 1/2 inch hole, 0.630 length, new, right? And so then you just, if you try to push them through and run them all the way down, it's a little pain in the butt sometimes. So I just go in from the back side, give them a twist. always more difficult when the camera's on. So I'll show you. If you try to stick it in from the top, it gets hung up on that insert. Sometimes if the hole's a little bit wallered out, it'll go in. But if you just, it's got a lip on this side. You stick that lip in. Sometimes if you get a little lube on there. Got it. So there's my new well nut on there. And then I put new well nuts down here. These get hot, so they're gonna need to be replaced a little bit more often. And then this one always give me fits, but it's still not broken. So just go back in and stay, you sucker. Okay, I'm gonna back y'all up so I can put this on. So I already checked all the torque on the front while the oil was draining. You were off. We're gonna do the back. All right, so camera cut out, but I'm a 36 front, 41 rear rider. Other people run other tire pressures. Find what's comfortable for you. So chains lubed, torques are checked, oil's changed, fired it up. Just in case I have to make a chain adjustment. I don't think it's gonna happen, but you know, just in case. I got a bag over here full of straps. That's for tying down. Got my chain wax, my pledge to clean everything with. I got some spray for the front. I'm gonna do this first. Got my torque wrench, my sockets, screwdriver, loud compressor. Almost everything that has given me fits has been electrical. So I got the multi-tester, book, couple spanners, zip ties, am I going to use it all? I hope I don't use any of it. And I think that's it. Chain, oil, tires, torques. Okay, just wipe it off and load it up and hit the road. I'll run some video up there when we're riding, and I'll get it loaded up when we get back. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a good day.